While much of Europe slept on Christmas night, Poland's air defenses were on high alert. Just hours into Christmas Day, Polish fighter jets were scrambled into the sky to intercept a Russian reconnaissance aircraft operating dangerously close to Poland's borders. The aircraft was flying over international waters in the Baltic Sea, but near enough to Polish airspace to trigger an immediate military response. Poland's operational command of the armed forces confirmed the interception, saying the Russian plane was escorted out of the area under close watch. The military stressed that while the aircraft did not cross into Polish airspace, the situation demanded swift action. This was no routine patrol. Poland stands on NATO's eastern front line, where the war in Ukraine has pushed regional security to a breaking point. Every Russian flight near NATO borders carries the risk of miscalculation, escalation, or worse. Under NATO's Article 5, even a single airspace violation could trigger a collective defense response. That reality makes encounters like this especially dangerous. The jet scramble came after what Polish officials described as a busy Christmas Eve. Earlier in the night, Polish air defense systems detected multiple unidentified objects entering airspace from the direction of Belarus, another close Russian ally. Radar tracked the objects as authorities rushed to assess the threat. Civilian air traffic was temporarily restricted while the military worked to determine what was happening. Officials later said the objects were most likely smuggling balloons, drifting with the wind. Still, the response was serious and the alert level remained high. In a statement, Poland's operational command said it remains in constant contact with relevant services, exchanging information in real time, and ensuring forces are ready to respond at a moment's notice. Quote, "No threat to the safety of the Republic of Poland's airspace was detected," the military said, but the message was clear. Vigilance is constant. NATO officials have repeatedly warned that Russia's ongoing aerial campaign in Ukraine, including drones, missiles, and reconnaissance flights, increases the risk of spillover into alliance territory. This latest incident did not cross that line, but it came close enough to remind Europe of a stark truth.
Ukraine marked its fourth Christmas under full-scale war as Russian forces launched one of their largest drone attacks in weeks, striking civilian areas across the country. On Christmas Day, Russia fired more than 130 drones at Ukraine, according to local officials. Several of the attacks hit homes, markets, and basic infrastructure, killing and injuring civilians. In the northern city of Chernihiv, a Russian drone struck a 5-story residential building. The drone hit an apartment on the 3rd floor, triggering a fire and causing heavy damage. An 80-year-old woman was killed and 8 other people were injured, at least 3 of them critically, emergency services said. At nearly the same time, Russian forces attacked central Kherson, hitting a busy city market around midday. A 47-year-old market worker was killed, and many stalls were destroyed, according to regional authorities. Additional attacks were reported overnight in Zaporizhia and Sumy, while earlier strikes on Christmas Eve killed at least 4 people and injured 35 others. Russian attacks also damaged energy infrastructure, causing power outages across the country during the holiday. Ukraine had supported a proposed Christmas truce suggested earlier this month by German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Kyiv welcomed the idea, but Moscow rejected it, and the fighting continued. Cities like Chernihiv and Kherson remain especially vulnerable. Chernihiv lies close to the borders with Russia and Belarus and is frequently targeted by drones and missiles. Kherson, which was occupied by Russian forces for 8 months in 2022, sits directly across the Dnipro River from Russian positions and faces constant shelling, drone attacks, and glide bombs. As Russia intensified its attacks, Ukraine struck back. Ukrainian military officials said they used British-made Storm Shadow cruise missiles and domestically produced long-range drones to hit key Russian energy facilities. According to Ukraine's general staff, Storm Shadow missiles struck the Novoshakhtinsk oil refinery in Russia's Rostov region. Officials reported multiple explosions and confirmed the target was hit. The refinery supplies diesel and jet fuel to Russian forces fighting in Ukraine. Ukraine's security service also said its drones hit oil storage tanks at the port of Temyuk in Russia's Krasnodar region, sparking large fires that covered thousands of square meters. Another drone strike targeted the Orenburg gas processing plant, the largest facility of its kind in the world, located about 1,400 kilometers from Ukraine's border. Ukrainian forces also reported hitting a Russian military airfield in Maikop, in southern Russia. Ukraine says its goal is to cut off Russia's oil revenues, a major source of funding for Moscow's war effort, while civilians on both sides remain caught in the conflict, even on Christmas Day.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out data.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.